Welcome to BootSpy. My name's William. Today I'm talking about the 5 best boots this year in 2022. Let's get into it. Thank you so much for joining me. As I said, we're talking about the 5 best boots this year in 2022. To kick off this list, we're going with the best entry-level boot that's between $0 and $200. That is the Thursday Captain. Now this one made my list of best boots last year, and it's staying near the top of the list or at the best entry-level boot. That is a boot under $200 because the style is super versatile, super classic. I love the cap toe, and I prefer the Captain over the President because it does, the Thursday Captain does have this cap toe here. I just think that style looks really good. They have so many different color options. So if you want even like midnight suede type leather, you can have this tobacco leather. This is the Thursday Captain Storm King. So it has a hefty rubber lug outsole, but you can also get the classic version, which just has a rubber studded sole. That's my preferred version. They have a ton of different leather varieties, so definitely recommend checking it out. What impresses me the most about Thursday boots is that they all have a 360-degree Goodyear welt, which is resolable, recraftable. They are leather lined. They have a really comfortable footbed. There's basically no break-in period for any of their boots that I've personally tried. And they have the Kevlar laces and a steel shank, so you're getting a well-crafted boot for a very reasonable price. So for the best entry-level boot, check out the Thursday Captain. Number 2 on my list as the best boot in the mid-range, that's between $200 and $400, I'm going with the Grant Stone Diesel. Now, Grant Stone, they do absolutely amazing work. One of the things that's kind of hard to communicate through video is just how well this boot is made, and one of the things that really sticks out to me is the stitching density. So all along the upper here, all along the heel counter, even along the welt, there's so much stitching in there that feels really, really hefty, really sturdy. And this boot has a very unique feel. You know, compare this to Thursday. It really has a more substantial feel to it, and Grant Stone in particular has a more substantial feel than many other boots that I've tried in that $300 range, something like that. Grant Stone, to me, they do the best job in terms of delivering value for price. So the Grant Stone Diesel is my favorite of their boots. I've also tried the Brass, which is one of my favorite winter boots, but I don't think the Brass is as versatile as the Diesel. Check out the Diesel this is in Horween Chrome Excel. I believe they're brown Horween Chrome Excel. This is my favorite colorway there. They also have a few rough out options. They have some waxed suede options, different things, but also check out the eyelets here. The eyelets are the hardware right here is like antique brass. We got the leather laces. This is fully leather lined. You end up getting about, I think, 3.5 millimeters of leather along the full upper and along the ankle and everything like that. So it is quite durable, it's quite warm. Of course, you can always recraft it. It does have a 360-degree split storm Goodyear welt. So this is basically waterproof. It's not waterproof 100%, but there's very little chance that you are going to get your socks wet when wearing these. At number 3 on the high end, that is anything above $400, this is a little bit of a toss-up for me, and I haven't got a chance to fully explore it, but it's either gonna be the Nyx Americana or the Whites Packer. Now, I am making the decision based off of tons and tons of research, also listening to your guys' comments over the past year and a half, everything you guys have said, try Nyx, try Whites, try Nyx, try Whites. So I ended up getting both of those boots. I ordered my Nyx about 3 months ago, and they still haven't arrived. I also ordered the Whites about the same time, and they finally did arrive. I haven't gotten a chance to fully, well, definitely not break these in, but fully even wear them around and start to experience the Whites at least. But I'm gonna be doing a full comparison, full breakdown, comparing the Whites to Nyx. So if you are interested in that, make sure you hit subscribe because those videos are gonna be coming out throughout the course of this upcoming year. But right away, and I know Whites and Nyx are pretty similarly constructed. They're handmade boots. They're made in the Pacific Northwest, and they're hefty, hardy, sturdy work boots, but there's just such an incredible difference here, even between, like, say the Grant Stone, which is, you know, under 400, and this is like a double stitch down construction right here. This boot right here, this heel, super heavy. Like, this thing is so beefy, and when I put it on my foot, you can tell an immediate difference. So these boots are incredible. They are going to take a long time to break in, but I doubt this will ever, I don't foresee anything possibly breaking these boots. I think these boots are going to last forever, certainly for what I use them for, which is mainly for style. So yeah, at the top end of my list, I'm doing a kind of a toss-up between the Nix Americana and the Whites Packer. So far, we've talked about several rugged boots, but I want to shout out some of my favorite dress boots. This is number 4, the best dress boots. It's gonna go to Beckett Simonon. Now, this is the Elliott Balmoral boot. This, to me, is one of the best looking dress boots out on the market. Really anything from Beckett Simonon. This is their Douglas Jodhpur, and this is the first boot I got from them. But anything they do is incredible. So they're in between that $200 to $300 range. So pretty affordable, pretty inexpensive considering what you're getting. This is all Argentinian leather. These are crafted in Colombia. They are Blake stitched. The leather is incredible. So these are fully leather lined with full grain vegetable tanned leather. They are so nice to have a leather footbed. And then this one, the Elliott Balmoral, has a rubber sole, and the Douglas Jodhpur has a leather sole. These are so nice. They smell great. The leather is beautiful. It has a super deep, rich color, and they just look super sexy, super stunning, and the price is right. So one thing to note about Beckett Simonon is that sometimes it can take 2 to 6 weeks for them to ship out. Of course, if you have gotten anything like a Whites or a Nix pair of boots, then 6 weeks is nothing to you. I've been still, like I said, waiting 3 months on my Nix. So anyway, there it is. Number 4, the best dress boots you can get. To me, best bang for your buck is Beckett Simonon. And I was gonna give you a 5th boot, but there are too many great boot brands. There are too many amazing new pairs of boots that I have tried over the past year for me to even pick one in those. So I'm gonna actually give you a wild card for some of you guys who are looking maybe for something a little more unique, something a little different. I've given you 4 options that are quite versatile, but here are some boots that might fit your style. For the best bang for your buck cowboy boot, I've done a lot of research on this. I'm not a cowboy boot expert, but I definitely, as running a boot channel, wanted to learn more about these. And what I found through my research is the best bang for your buck cowboy boot you can get is the Tecovas Cartwright. Now, I like the Cartwright over any other Tecovas boot. One, because you get the cool Western styling here. You also get the awesome Western stitching on the toe. There are versions of this boot without the Western stitching, but in my opinion, if you're gonna go this far, why not get that, right? I love that Tecovas, this has a leather sole. There are options with a rubber sole if you want a little more longevity there, but you get the sweet Cuban heel. This is fully leather lined. This leather is incredible. So for this price, comparing this to some other boot brands I'm a little more familiar with, like Beckett Simonon, the leather is, again, really, really high quality, and you have full grain leather interior. So it's very comfortable, very nice. It feels like a premium boot, and the cost is relatively low, especially for the quality that you're getting. Now, if you're looking for a hiking boot, this is a new brand that I've discovered, and I'm absolutely in love with this boot. It is the Velasca Rezagot. Now, these guys are Italian. Velasca, they make a ton of amazing boots. They have Chelsea boots, Chukka boots, a bunch of really great selection, but I picked up their Italian hiking boots. This, to me, I would say, if you are a true avid hiker, this might not be the best boot for you because it's a little bit heavier, but if you are a boot enthusiast who wants a hiking boot, this is definitely this is an incredible choice. This is one of the best options I've seen on the market. So it has a double stitch down construction, which the only other boot that I have that's like that is this $600 pair of Whites. So it has that incredible construction, and it also has, the D-rings, eyelets right there, and then it is a fully gusseted tongue, so it is gusseted all the way up to the top of the shaft there, so that's really cool. It's gonna basically be waterproof. I don't know if it's technically waterproof, but practically it is. And then it has this heavy lug Vibram rubber outsole, which at the heel is super, super thick, so that's basically never gonna wear down, and if it ever does, you can easily get this recrafted. There are tons of different options. There are some smooth, regular, standard leathers, but I got the waxed suede because I just like the way it looks. I like the more matte texture. I think it's gonna age a little bit better as I take this out on the trail. So again, this is the Velasca Rezagot, and this is one of my favorite new hiking boots. If you're looking for something that was made here right at home, then definitely check out the Oak Street Trench Boot. Now, one thing I love about Oak Street is that they make everything here in the United States. So even the laces, the hardware right here, the welts, the stitches, all of that comes from the United States. This is the trench boot in their rough out Horween Chrome Excel. So Horween, as you may or may not know, is based in Chicago. So this is a US based tannery. And I'm really excited to see how this boot ages because I have no experience with rough out Chrome Excel, but I know regular Chrome Excel is an excellent leather. That's what that Grantstone brass diesel was in. So yeah, I'm very excited to wear in this boot, break in this boot. Now it's a little more expensive. This is in the mid 400, like $400 to $500 range. And I think in terms of quality, it's about on par with Grant Stone. So this one's about, Grant Stone's about $100 cheaper than Oak Street, but a lot of people take umbrage. They do not like the fact that Grant Stone is made in China. What they would rather have is something made in the United States. And so I would say Oak Street is a great, that's the alternative right there, because they make everything here in the United States and the quality is superb. Again, you have crazy stitching density. You have really, really sturdy, really solid construction. So it's an excellent boot and it's made right here at home. And the last boot on my list in terms of these bonus boots is I was looking at Wesco Engineers. That is something a lot of you guys have mentioned in that previous 5 best boots video that I did. You're telling me to check out Wesco, and I was looking at the price tag and it made me sweat a little bit. So it got me looking into some other engineer boots that would be not necessarily comparable, but could be a good value for the price. And I found the Ranch Road Engineer. Ranch Road boots, they're a relatively new company and they're doing excellent work from what I can tell here. Now they do a lot of cowboy boots and Western style boots, but I picked up the Engineer because for those Western style boots, I went with Tecovas. I thought they were maybe a little bit better value there. But Ranch Road, this Engineer boot, I am really, really loving it. It's got the full style and the toe box isn't so big and bulky. I've tried a couple other Engineer boots on in the past. The toe box has just been a little bit too big for my liking. So this actually looks much more stylish and so it's a great riding boot. Has the nice little detail right here on the heel. So that's really cool. Obviously you got the 2 buckles and again, you get a really beautiful creamy leather, a nice 270-degree Goodyear welt, and this is handmade in Spain, nice rubber sole. So this is a good riding boot if you are doing any motorcycle riding and you want a nice thick leather boot. It has quadruple stitching along the heel and triple stitching along the vamp here. Ultimately, fantastic boot, the Ranch Road Engineer. So there you have it, guys. Those are my 8 favorite boots this year. I hope you enjoyed this list. Let me know what your favorite boot is down in the comments below. And until next time, put your best boot forward.